Hey, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to your ultimate destination for all things Dallas Cowboys. From the latest news, game analyses, rumors, to deep dives into player performances and strategies, we've got you covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a play. Let's dive into everything you need to know about America's team. The sports world is absolutely buzzing right now, because the kind of rumor that usually dies in group chats or barbershop conversations has actually materialized into reality. Patrick Mahomes is leaving the Kansas City Chiefs and is headed straight to the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, you heard that correctly. The face of the Chiefs, the quarterback who transformed Kansas City into a modern dynasty, has reportedly been traded, and the confirmation is sending shockwaves through every single corner of the NFL community. Fans are split between disbelief, excitement, and heartbreak. Cowboys supporters are screaming about a new era, while Chiefs loyalists are trying to wrap their heads around how their front office could possibly pull the trigger on something this massive. The conversation isn't just about the deal itself, but about the aftershocks it could unleash across the league, potentially rewriting the balance of power for years to come. If you think about it, this move almost feels like fiction, the kind of storyline you'd find in a video game when you're trying to see how crazy you can make a franchise mode. But this isn't Madden, this is real life, and the Cowboys have secured arguably the best quarterback of this generation. For years, Dallas has been criticized for not being able to get over the hump, for being a brand name that couldn't back it up with championships in the modern era. Now, with Mahomes under center, the narrative could change instantly. Imagine the marketing, the ticket sales, the primetime slot guarantees, and of course, the avalanche of expectations. There's no way to undersell this. The Dallas Cowboys, America's team, just acquired Patrick Mahomes. The mix of pressure and opportunity is unmatched, and the football universe is watching closely to see how this experiment plays out. For Kansas City, the story is entirely different, and it's filled with heartbreak, confusion, and questions that may never fully be answered. Mahomes wasn't just their quarterback. He was their identity, their culture, the reason Arrowhead felt like the center of the football world every Sunday. The Chiefs fan base has been spoiled in recent years, with playoff runs and Super Bowl appearances becoming almost routine. To lose a player of this magnitude feels like ripping out the heart of a city that lived and breathed his magic. The front office insists it's about the long-term future, about building flexibility and stockpiling assets. But no amount of draft picks or cap space can replace the swagger and leadership Mahomes brought. It feels less like a trade and more like an earthquake, leaving Kansas City scrambling to redefine what comes next without the man who made them feared. Meanwhile, in Dallas, the hype machine is already in full swing. Local media outlets are broadcasting wall-to-wall coverage. Fans are lining up outside team stores begging for Mahomes jerseys before they're even printed, and social media is a storm of memes, reactions, and bold predictions. The Cowboys have always been accused of thriving more on drama than results, but this time, the drama might actually translate into victories. Think about the offensive weapons Dallas already has, the star-studded defense, and now plug in Mahomes as the orchestrator of it all. It's a scenario that could make defensive coordinators across the league lose sleep. Every conversation in football circles has shifted. Suddenly, Dallas isn't just in the mix, they're the center of it. And love them or hate them, you cannot ignore them anymore. Not with Patrick Mahomes wearing the star on his helmet. The real question now is how Mahomes himself feels about this change, because this isn't just a player moving cities. This is a legacy being uprooted. He built something special in Kansas City. He raised banners, created highlight reels that will live forever, and established a bond with fans that felt unbreakable. Now, he's stepping into a market that is arguably even more intense, with a fan base that can turn adoration into criticism in the blink of an eye. Dallas offers him bigger lights, a wider spotlight, and more scrutiny than anywhere else in football. Can he handle that? Probably yes, given his track record, but it's a different type of pressure, one where every play, every throw, and every season will be judged against not only his own past, but against decades of Cowboys expectations. This isn't just a trade, It's a test of his ability to thrive under an entirely new kind of microscope. As this story develops, one thing is clear. The NFL may never look the same again. Moves of this scale don't just alter rosters, they change the fabric of the league. Suddenly, rivalries shift, networks adjust their schedules, Vegas recalibrates its odds, and fans from coast to coast are drawn into a narrative too big to ignore. The Cowboys have been criticized for living on nostalgia, for leaning too heavily on their brand rather than their performance. That critique might be dead now, because with Mahomes and Dallas, they're no longer just a story of the past. They're potentially the most dangerous story of the present. Chiefs fans may mourn, Cowboys fans may dream, but the rest of the NFL has no choice but to respect that the landscape has shifted dramatically. Whether it ends in glory or disaster, this trade has already cemented its place in history. In Kansas City, the fallout is brutal and almost surreal. Fans are staging protests outside the stadium, demanding answers, and the atmosphere feels like the end of an era. Mahomes wasn't supposed to leave, not after delivering championships, not after pledging his loyalty with that massive contract extension. The organization's explanation centers on flexibility and rebuilding for the future, but that reasoning feels hollow when you consider how rare it is to have a quarterback like Mahomes in the first place. They say no player is bigger than the team, but in this case, it feels like the team has willingly shrunk itself. Jerseys are being burned on social media. Talk radio is dominated by anger, and local businesses that built entire promotions around Mahomes' presence are panicking about what comes next. It's more than football. It's the cultural heart of Kansas City that's been ripped away in one swift transaction. Dallas, on the other hand, is basking in the glow of sudden optimism. For years, Cowboys fans have lived in the shadow of their own history, constantly reminded of the dynasty years of the 90s while waiting for something new to cheer about. Dak Prescott fought hard to lead the team, but he always carried the weight of skepticism. Now, with Mahomes stepping into the role, there's a sense that all those doubts have vanished overnight. The headlines in Dallas are explosive, with phrases like the dawn of a new empire and Mahomes mania splashed across every platform. The local economy is set to benefit too. Ticket prices are skyrocketing, merchandise is flying, and the Cowboys brand, already massive, is about to become global in a way it hasn't been for decades. It feels like Jerry Jones has pulled off the deal of a lifetime, and for once, even his critics are impressed. Nationally, analysts are scrambling to adjust their rankings and predictions. Suddenly, the NFC looks like a gauntlet with Dallas leading the way, while the AFC appears vulnerable without its cornerstone superstar in Kansas City. The implications for playoff matchups, rivalries, and Super Bowl storylines are enormous. Television networks are rumored to be reworking their schedules to put Dallas in prime time as often as possible, knowing Mahomes equals ratings gold. Sponsorship deals are about to explode, with brands eager to attach themselves to the Cowboys' new centerpiece. Meanwhile, the Chiefs are left with questions about who will step up to fill the void, whether their defense can carry them, or whether they'll spiral into mediocrity. This isn't just a trade. It's a seismic shift that will shape the NFL for the next decade, rewriting the maps of dominance and forcing everyone to adapt to a brand new reality. But the drama doesn't stop with the teams themselves. It extends to the players too. Imagine the locker rooms, the dynamics, the friendships, and rivalries being reshaped overnight. In Dallas, current stars are probably ecstatic, knowing Mahomes can elevate their game and put them on a bigger stage. In Kansas City, veterans might be questioning their future, wondering if it's worth sticking around for a rebuild after years of competing at the highest level. Rumors are already swirling about possible trades, contract disputes, and free agents reconsidering their choices. This ripple effect could redefine multiple franchises beyond just the Cowboys and Chiefs. Agents are licking their chops, players are whispering behind closed doors, and fans are left to piece together the human side of the business. At the end of the day, this isn't just about X's and O's. It's about relationships, trust, and the brutal reality that loyalty often has no place in professional sports. From a legacy standpoint, the stakes couldn't be higher. For Mahomes, This is an opportunity to prove he's more than just a Kansas City icon, that his greatness can travel, that he can lift another franchise to the promised land. For the Cowboys, it's a chance to restore their credibility, to finally shed the overhyped label and back up their brand with real championships. For the Chiefs, it's a dangerous gamble, one that could either set them up for long-term success or define them as the team that let go of a generational quarterback too soon. Historians, years from now, will point to this trade as a turning point in NFL history, a moment that reshaped careers, legacies, and narratives all at once. Every snap Mahomes takes in Dallas will carry that weight, and every loss Kansas City endures will be seen through the lens of what if. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. At the end of the day, the truth is simple. This isn't just another trade, it's the trade. The kind that sparks documentaries, inspires debates for decades, and becomes a reference point for every future blockbuster deal. Fans may argue whether it was worth it. Pundits may break down the statistics, and insiders may speculate about the behind-the-scenes politics, but none of that changes the sheer magnitude of what has happened. Patrick Mahomes is a Dallas Cowboy. The Chiefs are moving on without their superstar. The NFL has been turned on its head. No matter how this plays out, whether it ends in glory for Dallas or regret for both sides, the narrative has already been etched into the history books. And if you love football, you can't look away because this is the kind of story that reminds us why we're obsessed with the game in the first place. What nobody can ignore is how this trade immediately changes the way opponents prepare for the Cowboys. Defenses that were already struggling to contain Mahomes will now face him inside one of the most iconic stadiums in the league, backed by a fan base that craves glory more than any other. The offensive schemes will adapt, the playbook will expand, and every Sunday in Dallas will feel like a national holiday. Imagine the energy of a home opener with Mahomes running onto the field in silver and blue. The stadium would shake. Coaches across the league are already sketching scenarios on how to counter him. But deep down, they know the challenge is almost impossible. Dallas has taken the most dangerous weapon in the NFL and added it to a roster filled with talent. That combination is terrifying, and it will force every other team to elevate their game or risk irrelevance. The narrative also stretches beyond football into culture and identity. Dallas has always thrived on spectacle, and with Mahomes, they've landed the ultimate star to match their glittering reputation. From commercials to late-night appearances, from jersey sales to international tours, the Cowboys brand is about to skyrocket to heights unseen since their golden era. This isn't just a sports story. It's an entertainment empire expanding its reach. Mahomes is charismatic, young, and already legendary, and now he's paired with the league's most polarizing franchise. That combination is marketing gold, and Jerry Jones knows it. But it also raises the stakes. Every failure will be magnified, every interception dissected. The Cowboys have stepped into a spotlight brighter than ever, one that can create legends or crush them under pressure. And Mahomes, more than anyone, will have to navigate the balance between superstardom and the relentless demand for victories. Still, hidden beneath all the noise, one lingering question remains. What truly drove Kansas City to make this deal? Some insiders whisper about locker room politics. Others suggest financial maneuvering, and a few even speculate Mahomes himself wanted a new challenge. Whatever the reason, it creates a cloud of mystery that only deepens the drama. Was this about money, ego, or simply football strategy? The Chiefs front office insists it's about long-term vision, but fans are struggling to accept that answer. The truth may never fully come out, but the speculation will fuel endless debates. What's undeniable is that both franchises have taken massive risks. Dallas betting everything on immediate success, Kansas City gambling that they can rebuild without the man who defined their modern era. These are the moves that shape destinies, and the fallout will echo through the league for years. The NFL has officially entered uncharted territory. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.